G'day everyone and welcome to another episode of Coast to Coast. It's been sad that we haven't been a part of your life for a couple of weeks now. Thrilled to be back delivering though. Thumper Bandy is here, but more importantly, and the guy that you're all tuning in for, Oscar Allen, has made his way back to the studio. Oscar, fantastic to see you. Facial hair and all.
Yes.
How are you travelling over there?
Good. I'm going well, Thump. How are you going?
I'm going good, but I want to know about your 4 days. Like
Yeah.
I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks.
I know.
now.
I'm actually excited to see you. We were just talking off air. Like, I just want to talk with you for the next hour.
Okay. The fans don't want that, but so let me ask you something. I'll ask you first. So 4 days off. How do you spend that? Were you just D&Ding? Were you walking the coast? Were you just buying more property as a big mogul that you are? Did you get some holiday time? What'd you do?
Yeah, a bit of the first. I was kind of just chilling around Perth, to be honest. I had some uni exams to tick off.
Oh, that's terrible. You're telling me you studied for this time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
So
horrendous.
I did some stuff in Perth, walked around, walked the dogs every day for like 3 hours. Like took them to a Careen open space and just like walked around with them for hours on end. So that was good fun. And then we had this last weekend off as well, which was great from the footy club. So I went down south with my partner, Lorna.
You got a joint down there? Where'd you stay?
Nah, Airbnb, mate.
Yep.
It was called like the Shack or something. It was very nice.
In Bunbury, in Busselton, whereabouts?
Dunsborough. Yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah, love it down there.
Yep.
So we went down there and feel rested, rejuvenated. Body feels good, mind feels good, and recharged for the back half of the year.
Any other boys down there you ran into?
No, there wasn't. Most of the boys that went away did from the Sunday to the Wednesday, I think we had off. So a lot of guys from Adelaide flew home to Melbourne, or obviously being a WA club, everyone kind of scurries back around the country to where they where they originated from or where they want to go away. And so, yeah, they pretty much had all done that. So I was one of the few that snuck away this weekend.
What have you been watching? Were you watching the US Open or were you watching the Ashes?
Yeah, been a mixture. More so the Ashes. Yeah. Currently, as we record, it's overnight. We're about 3 for 100. Scotty Boland, a brave 15 off 20 rocks.
As night watchman?
Need him to make some more runs today. Like, I can't have night watchman putting in a courageous effort overnight and then just folding in the first over today. Like, he needs to.
It's normally what happens.
I need another 10, 15 from him because it's going to be a tough run chase. You call it home or.
Oh, well, you don't want to be unpatriotic and call England, but like I have a feeling like this pitch is going to turn, even though their spinner has like a massive sore on his finger on his spinning hand.
And he got fined because he was putting Grippo spray that we have on his. Do you see this?
No.
So they have Grippo spray. So we use the Tark. Almost.
I remember Grippo.
Yeah,
Yep.
he used the Grippo spray and he was using it on his index finger so he could grip the ball better because he's got a cut there and he put like a Band-Aid or something over it. Got fined 25% of the match fee and not able to do it, and if they do it again, he'll get suspended.
Wow.
So
tampering with the ball?
No, just more so he can grab the ball and grip it more.
Right.
So illegal, but it can, under circumstances, you have to ask the umpire first.
Blurry lines.
Anyway, a bit of cricket knowledge for you guys.
All right, enjoyed it. Look forward to watching that. So I've been away. I've been in Bali.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
For the Bali Masters footy tournament.
How many kicks did you get? Be honest.
I played okay.
Yeah.
The ground was so muddy because it was beautiful ground. It's like a square pitch where they can only have 9 on at each time, but it's not AFL 9s, it's tackling. I was easily the smallest bloke there.
So it's full football with 9 players aside.
Yes, but you can only score goals in a 35-metre arc.
That wouldn't help you.
Not at all.
You couldn't really kick it from outside.
If you get the ruck tap and brought into you, you have to run into the circle to kick it or the arc. But everyone was massive. I just wanted another thumper to play on, in all honesty. But they were all beasts.
I assume 9 aside, there's probably no wingers in this situation either, so there's no scurrying to the outside.
No. It was very hard to stay hidden out there on a square pitch, but it got so muddy that you were trying to turn and it was like a semi-tractor trying to do a big U-E. Like everyone was falling over.
Yep.
Very hard to keep the feet. So AFL stars that played, not as many this year. Troy Luff played for the Geckos, who went on to win the flag.
Who's Troy Luff, sorry?
He played for the Sydney Swans way back in the day.
Okay.
He's like 6'7". He's massive dude. Can play forward, back, ruck. Mm-hmm. Aaron Edwards, remember him? Ex-Eagle, ex-Kangaroo.
He's got that forearm band tattoo, hey?
He's got heaps of tattoos.
Yeah.
He's covered.
He's a jet.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a good player.
He was the absolute
superstar of the comp.
marquee player of the tournament. He kicked so many goals. You put the ball anywhere near him and he's marking it and he wasn't missing. So we lost to them by a kick in the prelim. They went on to win the granny by 50 points. Thumper had a couple of the worst turnovers in the prelim you've ever seen in your life. Did I cost my team the game?
Potentially.
It's debatable.
Yeah.
Cost us 1 goal, one, and then a dude who had about 40 beers the night prior for us and an hour's sleep decided to kick the ball out of fullback and turn it over directly. So that's 2 goals
so
on my foot.
On him.
No, it was on him, but I caused that point. So you could say...
too many lines.
Nah, the degrees of separation weren't far away. So I had a terrible prelim final. The teammates won't let me forget it. Anyway, I came back with COVID. So this
is why I haven't seen you all week.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I was about to say, have you been in Bali for 3 weeks, mate? Or
Mate, it was terrible.
You clocked off the job?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hang on. Worst injury out there. Someone jumped in the way of our full forward, who's as big as Aaron Edwards, and he crunched his ribs, broken ribs.
Yeah.
So you're watching this severely hungover playing football.
Well, why would you do that?
And you're just thinking, mate, like, this is the last thing in the world I want to do. I'm not thrilled to be out here in general, but I don't want to go home with broken bones.
You've gone over to Bali for a footy comp, and the first thing you think is, do we have to play footy? Can we just hang out?
That's what everyone thought.
Right.
We were like, can we not rock up to the finals? We're feeling a bit dusty.
Yep.
The dude that got his ribs broken was getting carted off, and he said, I can feel fluid going into my lungs right now. And I thought, this isn't worth it. I don't want this. He's going to have to stay in Bali for another week before he flies home.
Oh, my God.
So pass.
Yeah, not great.
Massive pass.
Yeah, massive pass. Oh, well, so that sounds like a fun trip for you.
All right, well, enough about my Bali adventures and your down south shenanigans. We'll just talk a little bit of footy before we bring Dom in, because we have just had the chat.
Yeah.
And he's a lot of fun. Jeez, I love having him in here.
Yeah, he vibes well, doesn't he?
Yeah, well put. I want to, I have very little interest in talking about Adelaide, and I reckon you're going to have even less interest in talking about it.
Yeah.
Watched it at a Bali pub and was pretty depressed, but I didn't even play the game. So I'd imagine it was just a lot of fun to review. So
yeah. Let's talk about Ryan Marriage.
Yeah. Is it Marrick or Marriage?
Probably Marrick.
You haven't learnt your teammates yet, or what?
I just call him Ivan.
Does everyone?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
He seems like a pretty chill dude.
Yes.
But also seems like, more importantly, he's got a bit of game to him.
Yeah, he looks like he can play the game. He seems a lot older than 18, hey? Like, he seems like a mature young man. Confident, which is great. You need that.
The best way that I could assess his personality was watching him play a game of table tennis with a fellow first year.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in terms of the banter and the friendliness and the confidence and then the good sportsmanship, it just summed everything I needed to know up of him in 15 minutes. And I was just like, this guy seems normal.
Who was he playing?
Dewar, he played. Can play too.
Oh, yeah, he would have.
The worst part was I'm waiting for him to do an interview, and it was first to 21, and wouldn't you know, the score was like 31-29, got to win by 2 points.
Yeah, so you're just hanging around.
Yeah, just an absolute bad smell. Yep. So tell me a bit about him, how he's fitting in, and then what you see with his attributes that's going to make him so valuable.
Like I said, confident guy, so he fits in well. I feel like that's a good way to come into the footy club. It's a difficult thing to do because in the middle of the year, you're not getting ran through all the structure. Like in pre-season, first year players, we're redeveloping our game plan every year. So you're there for that whole process. So he's come in and just kind of not been let behind the curtains to how we've got to where we are. He's just a part of it now. He seems like he knows a lot about footy, which is good because if you don't, it's very difficult to adapt to a football program full time in such a short period. But a talented player, he seems like he's got terrific skills, good overhead, great size. He seems like
your height?
Yeah, almost. Yeah. So, and he plays taller than what he is as well, because I remember him saying, I play a half forward flank. I was like, you could play key position, mate. And so he's doing that, which is great. Got an opportunity, and hopefully he holds his spot and plays for the next 10 or so weeks and puts together a good start to his hopefully long career. Simo
has essentially declared him to play on our Simo last night.
That's
so
good.
We will see him again. He'll get 2 away trips in a row, which is very rare for a first couple of game player.
Yes.
But the returns that we had were so handy, Oz. You look down the list. Samo Petreski-Seaton's come back from one of the weirder injuries that I've seen. There's been some weird ones in the last couple of years, but he almost had a build-up of something going on in his knee, not fluid.
From a big cork.
Yeah.
So it's all from a cork. Yeah,
So it's just solidified or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know enough about it, but he missed probably 6 weeks in an incident where you think maybe he'll be right to go next week. And he was
Playing some of his best
against
footy.
Carlton, he was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, so
for the club.
he's been playing some of his best footy for the club. The skipper, the
You couldn't
Schuster,
keep him out any longer for some more captaincies, mate?
No.
He forced you out of the way?
No, the Schuster said, give it back to me. And it's always good to have him back. He's a superstar. I'm not really sure what else to say.
No, you don't need to.
Chess and Luke Edwards.
Well, so chess was an interesting one. So I'm assuming because chess, there was no waffle game, right?
Yeah.
Or was there a waffle? No, there was a waffle game. So
There
chess
was.
came back and played 2 waffle games. And instead of continuing to give him some momentum, they said, we're going to fly you and then maybe you'll play. But he was a late bring in for Waterman, I believe.
Yeah, he was. Yep. So Chess came into I think he was going to sub anyway. So
Okay.
I think he was an opportunity to play. So a good chance for him. He just needs to continue to play footy at any level, sort of against men, so whether it's waffle or AFL, and he'll continue to get better.
Had 6 or so tackles, so I love seeing some aggression, some good defensive play from the youngster in that game.
Yep. And Luke Edwards.
Who came back from, I don't know if it was his second bout of concussion, but had his head knocked in, and let's hope he's pulled up all right. How did he seem on the trip?
Yeah, really good. I think he's another one who sometimes gets forgotten about when people talk about our young players and the future of the football club. He's 20 years old, and I think he's got real scope to become a good AFL player long term. He just needs to get on the field more, and the rest will take care of itself. So glad to see him back, and hopefully he can have a strong back end to the season as well.
So in other bad news, you've got a couple of players. Jake Waterman's been in hospital a week. We're going to have more information come out down the track about Jake, but we certainly wish him well and hope he's back. He got released from hospital yesterday, but he was delayed out for Adelaide. Certainly hoping he makes a good recovery with his health. But then you've got Josh Rotham, who sustained, is this his second injury on the track?
Yeah, I think he broke his wrist, and now he's broken his thumb.
So they're both training incidents, right?
Yeah.
Mate.
Crazy. Yeah, just...
Have you ever seen...
the wrist was against...
it was the
pre-season
JLT or the preseason
Yes.
game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, touche.
But yeah,
So what's he done? He's broken his thumb.
yeah, in a pretty innocuous training accident. Yeah.
Tough loss.
On a light skills day.
And you certainly felt for the back line against Adelaide, having to have the likes of Red Bazzo line up on Tex Walker straight away off the bounce in game 250. Needed someone like Rothy to come down there and help out, not to be.
Yeah.
But you've got Nick Nananui, who's been declared out for the rest of the season, which is a devastating tale for a man that was working really hard behind the scenes to return. And he didn't get the scan news that he wanted. The Achilles was in a fair bit of strife. And now we hope we haven't seen the last of the big fella. The ball will be in his court, I'd imagine, and how rehab goes with the body.
Yeah, wishing for the best for him. Difficult one because he's so heavily talked about because he's such a polarising figure. Everyone loves him. He has such great impact on the game when he's out there. So he's one of the players that, for the good, everyone speaks about him. And when things aren't going well, he's also brought up. So hopefully a quick recovery for the big fella. He's on the right track and, yeah, thinking of him.
You spoken to him? Did you text him?
Yeah, just text him. Yeah, He seems like he's going okay, but in saying that, he's got a young bub at home and recovering from surgery, so I'm sure he's got a lot on his plate at the moment, and he's starting a young family. So although footy's a big part of all of our lives, it's not all of it, and hoping for the best, and obviously first and foremost hoping he's going okay, and then secondly hoping he comes back and get to play some more footy with the big fella.
Oscar Allen, what is going on with our under-18 state team? What happened in that first game against the Allies, Oscar?
Well, I was watching because I'm a nuffy.
How do you watch it?
Kayo.
Okay.
It's on Kayo, yep. And my housemate is actually a recruiter.
I see.
Yep, not for our club though.
Was he expecting a result like this?
So he's good friends with the WA head coach, and yeah, not a result like this, but so quarter time WA probably had the lion's share of it in the first quarter. I think we're up by a goal or something, and then they kind of rolled over a little bit.
88 points was the final margin in the end.
So Allies, I think, are the strongest side this year. They've got some guys. I think there's this Saunders, I think his name is, goes through the midfield. He's had 2 carnival games, and these games are 25 flat quarters. I think he's had 40 and 39. So he's a gun.
Okay.
They're big.
Where's he at? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but he boards in Victoria.
Okay.
So he plays TAC Cup and goes to one of those big schools there. The big key full forward for the Allies will be a top 5 pick. He's number 1 key position player in the draft, I believe.
Interesting.
So they have a really good side.
Their next game is this Saturday. It's at 2 p.m, but sadly it's the curtain raiser to the Dockers games.
Yes.
So Eagle fans can't go along and see what the talent's like. But as you said, it's on KO. Check it out. That is the next crop. And dare say we're going to have some picks. So we'll see what WA talent can emerge.
Not only WA talent, mate. You can pick anyone from anywhere.
Can you?
Yeah, it's a weird phenomenon.
Is that how it works in the
people
draft?
haven't realised.
Goodness me.
We can pick anyone from anywhere. So
look at you. You sound like the media relations man of the state team right now.
I'm a big fan of watching underage footy. Like,
I wish I had the time to do that.
Yeah,
because when draft comes along, I'm literally like,
who are these people?
I've hardly heard of these punters. Yeah,
but because of the people in my life, like I have a bias to have interest in it because they have interest in it. So if it's on telly at the home, I will watch it.
Yep. So sadly, it's going to overlap with the Eagles Waffle game, as is the Eagles game. So Waffle Eagles this Saturday against the Tigers at Claremont's home ground, and that's at like 1:15.
Yep.
I've got to call that solo.
Good luck.
Looking forward to that whatsoever.
Good luck.
Does Smudge want to do special comments with me?
No, I think he'll actually be at that Allies game because he thought it was a curtain raiser for us.
Spion.
So he's like, oh, yeah, I'll just get a couple of tickets. And I was like, yeah, mate, you coming to Sydney?
No good, Smudge.
Yeah.
So, and then
That
I
reminds
think
me.
your game's at 2:40 maybe?
Yeah.
See what time your flight-
4:40 Sydney time, so it will be 2:40.
See what time your flight home is?
I know. What time is it?
So any Eagles fans looking to get a glimpse of the Eagles arriving at Perth domestic, you can get out there at 1:40 a.m, I believe, or something outrageous like that.
Sweet.
You're close to missing the curfew at Sydney. You ever miss the
forget Sydney
curfew?
do that stuff. No, I've only played. I don't think I've ever played the SCG.
Oh, really?
So I missed when we beat Carlton there, when we played there randomly in 2020.
In Hublands?
21. That was 21
Right.
because of concussion. Mm-hmm. Did we play them last year? I didn't play last year.
We haven't had a lot of luck at the SCG.
2020, we played them at Gold Coast. 2019, I've never played Sydney. I've never played the SCG. There you go.
Wow, what a moment, hey?
Yep, I've been there as a travelling emergency in my first year because it's Jared Brown's first game.
You know, I was there for that one. That's the only time I've been to the SCG. You know what they've got in the media boxes there is they have popcorn machines.
No way.
In the media
That's
boxes.
elite.
I hit it too hard. Like I was chasing your water boys around more than I was doing my own work. But it was pretty cool. So a couple more things I want to run past
Yeah, a
you.
couple more topics. And
Before we go,
Yep.
what was your thoughts on Daniel Rich and Jack Gunston standing themselves down from the Brisbane Lions team out of lack of form?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
They're going really well as a side.
Yes.
Two older senior players. It's a big call.
So they're getting flack from, some people who are praising them.
And some people saying why didn't the coach job in the first place?
Some people are saying, why did it take them for the coaching crew to witness their bad form and for them to have to put their hands up? I saw Will Schofield tweeted something along the lines of, I never had to put my hand up to say I'm desperately out of form.
Yeah. I don't know. They're both they're both all Australians. They're both very, very high level players who are on the back nine of their career. I think it'd be comfortable to say. So it's an interesting circumstance. It's great leadership from them. Like personally, I think, yeah, good on you. You're obviously seeing something in your game you're not pleased with, but it is also interesting. I wonder if they would have got dropped anyway. I don't know.
Is it on the same wavelength as walking when you nick up in a game of cricket?
Good.
Too honest for your own good type argument.
I don't think it's too honest for your own good because I think instinctively you know how you're going and maybe it saves an awkward conversation.
Would you ever do it?
So I'm having a stinking month, like a shocking month, and Simo's like, he's giving me the side eye, like I know I'm in trouble. And then Monday I just front foot it and go, mate, I'm actually going to self-exclude myself this week.
But wouldn't, if you have the conversation with the coach, in the end, wouldn't Simo say, look, I'm going to drop you? Or is it more saving face for the athlete and saying, you know,
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't need to go into those areas, but I'm going to put that
Yeah.
out there because ultimately, like, if I was the coach, I'll be like, well, let me be the one to say it because then it will look weird if you're having to drop yourselves publicly. Let's just leave it at that so you're not quoted in the West.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how I would think is the weird part of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm not sure if you have. I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah.
In any sport.
Poor.
That I know of.
Yeah. Not if they're about to retire and they're hanging the boots up because of their lack of form, which I've seen before. It is.
Yeah, but that's them saying, we just want a couple of weeks and then we'll be back inside.
Yeah, give me a mini pre-season.
Yeah, that's good confidence knowing you're good enough to get back in.
That's also a fair point. Let me go to the Essendon Footy Club having strong consideration to change their jet logo, which was established back in 97. So a few American sporting teams have done this in the past.
They have. Some of theirs for more political reasons.
Yes.
And name.
Yes, so absolutely.
We've got the Washington football team.
That was the most recent
the Commanders,
one. The Redskins
the Washington
were gone.
C-words.
The Cleveland Indians got rid of their mascot, who was Chief Wahoo, in 2018. I looked up.
And what's their mascot now?
I couldn't tell you. What about the Canadian baseball team, the London Rippers?
Yeah, you really can't be.
Based on Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, nah.
And the folktale of like murdering 5 women.
That's probably...
It's outrageous.
Yeah, I'm not sure who came up with that, but it's not ideal.
Could you see them getting rid of the Bomber logo?
Oh, I wouldn't assume it was get rid of it. Maybe a touch up or a change.
Oh.
But they're not coming back with something completely. So 2018 we had a change of our logo.
Yes.
Like that's what I'm.
But it's not like get rid of the eagle.
No, but that's what I'm imagining. Like a redesign, or are they saying we're getting rid of the Bomber completely?
I've once seen an Essendon caricature of. I don't know if it was a wasp or a bee, but
that's probably their waffle side.
No, it felt like it was a bomber, like it was almost like a missile for the tail of something like that. You know what I mean? So they got away from the bomber plane itself in whatever I'd seen years ago. It didn't look outrageous.
All I can imagine is you change it, there's going to be outrage. There's no outrage if you don't change it. If you don't even bring it. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm assuming they're putting
Smarter
the feelers
people
out.
than me are behind this.
I'm assuming they're putting the feelers out to fans and supporters and members and seeing, look, what's the backlash going to be like? We've got enough on board to make this change. Watch this space. I want to know. We're about the mid-season point right now, Oz, and I get a feeling that West Coast probably won't feature in finals this year. So with that in mind, do you want to give me a tip for Flag, Brownlow, Coleman? You can say yourself as long as you don't get moved in defence too many times this year remaining.
Flag.
Have you got the power to win?
No.
Okay.
I think Melbourne.
Why?
I think Melbourne or Collingwood are the two best clubs. It's hard to say power. So I think there's 4 consideration. Anyone can win. Sorry, anyone can win. But I reckon
Melbourne. We're probably going to struggle.
Yeah, okay. Melbourne, Collingwood, Port. Obviously, they're in ripping form, and Brizzy. But Brizzy need to start playing better away from the Gabatoir.
Yeah. They need to be beating Hawthorn on the G. That's for sure.
Yeah. So.
Or did they beat Hawthorn on?
No.
Did Hawthorn beat them at the Gabba or the G? Yeah.
G.
Okay.
So they're.
I'd had a few bintangs at that point. I couldn't quite.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm going to lock in the power for a bit of a come from the clouds type story. I've always thought they've had a great list and couldn't quite work out why they couldn't put it together last year.
Yeah.
But I like the additions and the midfield's pretty electric. And when you've got people like Boak and Wines playing bit part roles for them, that's a lot of talent oozing out. And they've, Georgiades hurts from a depth perception for key forwards. But if they keep Marshall...
The balance has been great.
Yeah.
Up forward.
Yeah.
Charlie Dixon's not been asked to do too much. He can just be a fulcrum target.
Pal Peppers...
Jeremy Finlayson playing awesome footy.
Yep. They're in form. So anyway, I'll give that... I'm going to give Bont the Brownlow.
Okay.
Did he get rubbed out the other week? This is when I was in Bali as well.
I didn't, no.
Excellent.
What happened with you in Bali, man?
It was all a bit of a blur.
From
COVID got me.
Similar vein, I'm going to go Zach Butters for the Brownlow. I think he's actually leading the Brownlow right now.
Will he have Rosie pinch too many votes off him?
I think he, perception-wise, has gone past Rosie, which I think the Brownlow's is much about perception of people and what they're thinking going into the game.
Who's taken home the Coleman medal, Oz?
Oh, Jeremy Cameron, probably. Yeah. Jeremy Cameron. It's funny because remember when Charlie Curnow and Jeremy Cameron were both going to kick 100 goals? Makes you really respect the former greats of the game who have done that, how consistently great you have to be to do that. So there's actually quite a few in contention. They're both up there. Taylor Walker's up there now.
Well, he is now.
Tommy Hawkins. Nick Larkey.
You think Nick Larkey's going to stay the course? Are North going to win enough games?
Yeah, probably not. Look,
what about Toby Green?
Yeah, Toby Green.
He's sitting on 36. He's 6 off it.
Sensational. I'll probably go Jeremy Cameron. Yeah, because I think they'll be a good side
when they get people back.
Yeah.
I think Oscar Allen's going to come from the clouds, kick bags all the way home. That brings us to the end.
And then we woke up from our dream.
Okay, that was a good one, though. All right. Anything else, mate? You done?
Nah, let's go to Dommy's conversation because that was a cracker.
It was.
This will also be the sound out, I guess.
Yeah. Until next week, guys. Who are you thinking for next week, by the way?
Luke Shuley, mate. He just said to us in the corridor.
I don't know if he was taking the P155, though. He could be.
If he can't get in.
Well, Yoey's pestering me. He's almost ready. You're shaking your head silently. Yoey's due to talk some trash. Coley's got to come in soon, but I don't know if we wait for Coley to come back and play.
For Rat? Gaffy's always said, yeah, I'll come on. Wait till, like, I have 40 and we win. So it's a tough ask.
Widow's a chance?
Willow love it. Yeah, Willow, big good chat. Look, right. There's options. You guys let us know on the socials who you want.
Yeah, look forward to it all. Thanks, Oz, for your time, and here's Dommy.
Thanks.
Hey, what a moment. Dommy Sheed has made his way down to the studio. Another regular, you'd have to say, on Coast to Coast each year. He's been bugging us. When's my time? Mate, we'll squeeze you in when there's an opening, and voila, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. It's only taken 14 or 15 rounds, so thanks for having me. I feel like I'm low on the priority list for you lads, but it's good to be here finally.
We just wanted to time it, didn't we, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have said you were putting your hand up around the corridors. I can't imagine that you were the first cab off the rank, but it's good to have you here, mate. We've got a couple of big names coming up too.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Like who?
Like 13.
Ooh.
Did say in the hallway, when's my time?
So, Dom, let's talk. How's your break, mate?
Good. What did I do? 4 days. I didn't get up too much, to be honest. I played a bit of golf and just hung around Perth. It was actually good to just be bored. So that's what I did. Wasn't too much. Hit the golf ball terribly.
Let's talk about your golf because this has been probably the biggest marginal gain in your life away from football. Talk to us about the last probably, 12 months, you reckon?
Yeah, got into the last 12 months, so I figured I'm going to join up somewhere. I want to get into my golf. So I joined up to Royal Perth with Tom Cole and Dan Venables.
Yeah.
So we have a smack sort of once a week, which is nice. Trying to get
who wins out of the three of you there?
You're the best, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm the best, but we have our days. We all have the ability to beat each other, which is great. So
what are you playing off?
I'm 13 at the moment. I'm trying to get single digits, but I think realistically, I'm probably a 15 or 16 at the moment, the way I'm playing.
Yeah, okay.
What are you off? I heard you're a massive golf cheat, actually.
No, so who's been passing this around? Because this is a falsie.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Your foot wedges?
Mate, I don't play with anyone in the club. This is why I don't play with anyone in the club.
That's why they don't play with you. Is that what you're saying?
Mate, well, I'm not a member of any of these courses. So it seems like all the boys member at Royal Perth. What's the other one? Yokon,
I think.
Yeah, and I've never played either of them.
Why didn't you want to go to Yokon?
A bit far from me.
Right.
Far from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
How'd you rate the member experience?
Great.
Worthwhile doing?
Yeah, it's good. It gets you playing more. There's a good social aspect to it as well, which you don't realise.
And you've got a locker there and you leave all your stuff there?
Got a locker there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's elite.
No, you're at Carrinup, aren't you?
Not yet. I'm on the wait list.
You're on the wait
list.
list. Yeah,
Yep.
so don't. Yeah, so mate,
there's no way they're giving me a locker. Don't worry about that. Dommy, you're the 46th player to do what at the footy club?
What, 150?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big achievement, mate. It's always a big achievement, life membership, but congratulations. How'd it feel?
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was a good thing to tick off. I never thought I'd get to 150, so to
when
get
you
there.
First started, or
Yeah, well, when I first started, I always had in my mind I want to be a premiership player and I want life membership for West Coast. So there were times there where I thought I'd never get either, and to do it, it was a big thing ticked off. What I want to achieve in my football career. It was actually nice to sit back and take a day or two to actually reflect on my journey so far and the what it took to actually get there. But it was a long slog. But I tell you what, I don't know how someone like a Shannon Hearn plays 300 games because it's out of control. It feels like it's been hard enough.
Are you proud to have put in a performance like you did on the milestone? I mean, you got a lot more family and friends with probably attending the game or more notice on it, and you've put in a fair dig.
Yeah. Look, I think the boys were looking after me. I think in the back of their mind they knew it was my 150th, so they gave me a fair bit of the footy, which was nice. But we didn't get the win, unfortunately.
Good goal celebration, straight to the crowd, both hands out, just a little smirk on his face.
I'm not usually a goal celebrator either, and I thought I'd better do it.
Yeah, no, it was good. People would obviously know this, but and been in the footy club, a lot of people come and go, right? So over your time, you would have had almost hundreds of teammates here. Who are the teammates that aren't here anymore, but you still catch up with a lot socially? Like, who are the ones that you might not have spent many years with them, but for some reason just clicked really well and you're good mates for life? Like, who are the guys you're hanging out with now away from footy?
Chris Maston would be one of them, which I catch up with a lot. He sort of took me under his wing from day one as a young fella. We lived in the same neighbourhood and stuff like that. So we still catch up a fair bit, which is nice. He seems to be doing really well and stuff like that. So he would be the main one. Other than that, you keep in contact with a fair few of your premiership mates, like, Vards and these types of blokes. You sort of stay in contact. But at the same time, a lot of people generally go their different ways in life. And, as we all know, life gets so busy in the day-to-day that before you know it, you realise you haven't actually spoken to one of your mates for 3 months. Like, it just goes past so quickly. So
what makes the reunions or even the 150 life membership parties even more memorable, I think, Oz. So they had one recently at the club. I thought Dommy was going because he was just recently inducted into it. But maybe they wait to the end of the season to say you're officially...
You have a live membership party, and the live members go.
Yeah.
That's it.
They had one at the club and to see the faces in there,
And
I
you
was
didn't
like...
get the invite.
no, I didn't know. That was last week.
'Cause I think they give it to you at club champs. So I don't think they... I think you got to wait.
Yeah,
Because I rang him, I was like, mate, can we talk to you on camera? He goes,
What, do you go?
We were just covering
This is BS.
No. We were just covering it with cameras. But I said, oi, Dommy, can I talk to you there? He's like, mate, this is embarrassing. I haven't been invited.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I think Nizzy's got to actually hand it over to you at BNF.
And then the WhatsApp codes on the back of the poster, this is how you join the team WhatsApp.
But some of the players there, like Eric McKenzie was there and Lecker, and I'm like,
Ease.
I can't see Lecker and Easy catching up socially. So this is a great time being like, I wouldn't mind going and seeing everyone like that. So I assume that's on the horizon.
Yeah.
How are the chickens going?
No, I don't have many more. I gave them to my brother.
To eat or to look after?
Nah, to look
Are
after.
they still alive?
They're still alive. He's got 8 chickens now.
Right.
He's got a way better setup for him than me. So I gave him up, unfortunately.
Do you remember the names of your chickens? Because we've got them here.
Yeah, Josephine and Alexandra.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
What about the lawn? I always love getting lawn updates from yourself, mate. Is it in pristine nick? Because I heard the wife Brooke has been throwing a few too many garden parties and maybe not looking after it as well in your eyes.
Mate, my lawn cop's an absolute hammering, especially over the summer. The amount of people that walk over it and tables and chairs
got a lot of friends,
on it.
mate, right?
Yeah, but I've actually palmed off my lawn care to a professional now, so I don't actually touch it myself.
Why are you doing that? Is this like getting an au pair?
I think it's a time thing, and I just don't know what to put down when, and so I just palm it off to someone else now. And it's actually been the best thing I've done because it's actually freed up about 10 hours every week for me.
I heard he's wearing like the spiked shoes to have like the perforate the lawn.
I've got a video to show you.
Of that?
Yes.
Oh, God.
He's really hot, really good at sport, but he's dumb. But I think I'd rather that over someone who is smart and not that good looking.
Oh,
How long are you doing that for on a day?
No, that was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago that happened, and Brooke decided to make a funny TikTok out of it, and I couldn't believe it.
It's a pisser.
I thought that was real clever. Like, I thought that was a great way to do it.
No, this is why I've palmed it off. I don't touch it now.
Very funny though, right? Very, very funny. Throat injury early this year, one of the more random things I can imagine. Like, I was in your group. It was like a light training session, warm-up drill. Just cop a little forearm or elbow to the throat.
Who did it?
Elijah Hewitt.
Smart by a younger player trying to get a game. Well done.
Yeah.
How did it feel? Obviously, it was pretty serious at the time. Didn't think it was as serious as it was watching.
It was a bit sore at the time and I lost my voice. But then when I went and got sent for a scan, they showed a small fracture there. So obviously when there's a small fracture anywhere, it's more at risk of becoming even a bigger fracture. And I think the risk with that was if I fractured it even more, then they'd have to sort of cut out my voice box or whatever. So it actually wasn't that sore. It was probably sore for about a week and then it really settled down and was fine. But I've still got symptoms now where I can't really raise my voice and I feel like my voice has changed a little bit. So it's all good now, but I think it's just one of those things you just needed to take a cautious approach because one high tackle or one more knock when it's already in a vulnerable state isn't good. So it's all better now, mate.
So you were happy to be guided by the experts in that manner, even though you felt right. It was like, look, if you're telling me this is the case, then I'm going to listen. I don't want to be playing. Or were you battling quite a bit with coaches, medicals to say, look, they need me. I want to be out there. I feel like it. I'll just be a bit protective of it as best I can.
Yeah, absolutely. At the same time, I wanted to make sure it was right. And unfortunately, no one at our club is a throat expert. So we had to go with the surgeon's advice, the specialist's advice. And yeah, he got me back and it feels good now. But yeah, it was a bit of a weird sort of rehab period for me because I was still able to do all the training. I just wasn't able to get contact. So I felt physically fit and healthy. It's a bit different to coming off a hammy or any soft tissue. I was able to do full training for a month.
That or breaking like a real bad finger break, probably the worst ones because you have to do like 12, 13K running sessions on your own because you're not allowed to do contact, any real footy specific stuff. But you still need to keep fit. So you do massive, massive sessions.
So is that Josh Rotham at the moment, going from break to break?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he'd be doing right now.
Yeah, he's just running sessions, which I would still prefer than doing a lower limb injury because there's nothing. You can do as many cardio sessions and that as you like, but I feel like nothing beats actually getting out there and running when it comes to fitness.
Fair dogs. Tell me about the horse, mate, that's going, what is it, Dom to shoot? How's she travelling? What's the form like? Are you making some money on this horse?
No, I'm not making money on this horse.
Whose horse is it? Have you got in touch with the owner?
No, I got in touch with the trainer. I did a thing with him last year with the trainer. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really follow Dom to shoot, to be honest. We are in a horse. I got the
It's got a 19% win rate here. Why are you not following this horse?
Yeah, it's meant to be a good horse, but there's another horse to watch out for because I've got the Premiership boys are all in a horse. So watch this space.
Is that the name of the horse? What's the name of the horse?
We're in debates at the moment about the name of it.
Can you throw up some possibilities or not?
I know what the name's going to be, and we'll wait.
It's not footy related.
Yeah, okay. It's not footy related.
It's not footy related.
Okay, is it going to be very inappropriate or a bit of? Is it a funny one to hear?
It's an inside joke. It's a group.
Yeah. When do you decide? When you get it?
In the next couple of weeks. It should go to trial. It actually needs to go to trials next week.
So you've bought it. You've obtained it now.
Yeah, we've obtained it.
Okay.
Yeah, obtained it.
2-year-old?
Mate, I don't know a thing about horses. So I don't know a thing about horses. Fernie Racing though is a trainer, one of my good mates. So he actually reckons it might be a decent horse. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be best over 400. I don't know how old it is though.
No, well, 400 is very short. So
1400.
1400. Right.
Okay,
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, well, I look forward to it. We look forward to following it here on the podcast.
Yeah.
That'll be mint.
All right, I've got a story here, and I didn't know anything about this, but apparently December 2018, so just come off the grand final, probably kicked the greatest goal in AFL history. He attended a meet and greet at Carousel Shopping Centre and amassed a line that was bigger than the one to see Santa. What was that like? And true or false?
To Trump St. Nick.
Oh, no, that was a big day. There was actually, I went around to all the AFL stores in Perth.
You did?
Yeah.
That was a good cash.
And did a signing session at each store, but
while the Irons hot.
Geez, I was shocked.
Busy time,
I was shocked at how big the lines were, but also it was Christmas period, so everyone was at the shopping centres already.
Kids are on holidays.
Imagine the dads that promised
holidays.
Santa and saw Dommy and went, "Oh mate, we're going to have to give it a miss."
The if I did one again, I dare say the lines would have shortened a fair bit.
Yeah, funny how that worked. Eh?
All right, we're going to get to some fan questions and send you on your way, Dommy. Good to spend some time with us here. All right. So, one's actually for Oscar Allen. So, it's from Bianca Alween. How was the Bunbury Farmers Market on Sunday, Oz?
It was terrific, and I've actually been recently included to this food chat. So,
which I don't agree with personally.
So, for a long period of time, I couldn't get into the food chat.
Are you the admin as your big foodie or what?
So, Dom's probably the best cook at the club.
That's what I've heard.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Best cook at the club. Luke Shuey is a butcher. Like, he dishes up some shit. Like, genuine pass. And Coley's along more your vein. Like, he's quite good. And I've been included into this group chat to try and put what I've cooked for dinner, and I just get the piss put out of me. Like, flat out.
So you should have seen this meal that he had the other night. It was Can you explain it?
You're talking about my
The
famous
nacho.
my chicken Dorito bag.
Oh, mate.
So it's like a family recipe. It's from like World War II. So it's like tinned chicken.
So when they had nothing to keep cook with.
Not tinned
Have a
chicken. Sorry,
listen to
it's
this.
like cube chicken. So you like cook up the cube chicken. It's got. I'll get the recipe exactly.
I'm just thinking you're cooking in some trenches with no
Mate.
power, and this is the best we can do.
So yeah, it was like a family meal that Mum used to always like.
There's not a single element of this dish which isn't like delicious, but it just doesn't go together.
It does
You know, like,
Yeah, how could all these ingredients be bad?
yeah.
All right, so it's chicken breast. Dice it.
Yeah, winning.
You put broccoli in it.
It's fine.
Cook it.
Yep.
It's got creamy chicken soup,
Okay.
curry powder, lemon juice, mayo,
Mayo.
and then Dorito corn chips
Over
and
the
cheese, and you put it in like a crock pot.
The Doritos is a bit weird.
And then the Doritos, so it's like
Yeah.
crunchy Doritos and cheese on top, like really nice. And underneath it's got like broccoli.
Canned soup, like
It's
Right.
so my grandma used to make it. My mum reckons my grandma used to make it, or maybe her grandma used to make it in World War II, and it was like their family thing when they didn't have any supplies or anything. We got tin soup. we've got
Yeah,
some
they
this.
literally went to the
Boom, boom,
cupboard
boom.
one day and
Yeah.
said, "This is all we've got. Let's blend it and see how she
Yeah.
goes."
it's actually interesting. So we actually have a rule in this group chat. The four of us,
Name of the group chat?
Coley's Cook-Ups. I don't know why I got called that,
it
but
should be called.
you actually have to send in a photo of your meal every single night to this group, and you learn a lot. You learn a lot about. You learn
How
a lot about
everyone's
some of the
So this
ways.
is- this
but
is
that's
what
the thing.
Luke
It could
Shuey
be
does.
could be good, could be bad. Doesn't matter.
Love
You
it.
just need to send it in. So some nights I'm sending in like a photo of a can of baked beans. You know, like Brooke's out for dinner. Like I'm just eating baked beans tonight.
So-
or whatever.
Love
it is.
Back to my story about the farmers market. I got a nice chicken and leek pie. So that's
Yeah,
that
that was
pie.
good. Yeah, that
that's
was
that.
nice.
That's that pie I sent to you.
Very nice.
They are great pies.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So I got that and just did some broccolini and some pumpkin.
nice.
So yeah, farmers market was a success.
Question from Alex Witherden. How is Dom Sheed handling being my assistant during work placement at Hawaiian?
Explain this.
What's
for us.
going on in your spare
Oh,
time?
it's funny. So we're doing work experience with Hawaiian at the moment, property group, and Alex needs to do it for a uni assignment. He needs 100 hours in a workplace and complete a project. So he told me he was doing it and absolutely begged me to come along because he didn't believe that he'd be able to handle the workforce and the real world on his own. So I've gone, fine, mate, I'll tag along with you and hold your hand while you complete your uni project, all right?
So you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart.
I'm doing it out of the goodness of
Yeah.
my heart on my day off to make sure that my mate's okay.
Okay.
Surely we could have tapped 8 shows on the shoulder and say, "Can you go spend some time in a store for 100 hours?"
So what are you guys actually doing there? Because it's gone around the change room. You guys dress up, act like you belong there, and I can just imagine you're just the coffee guys. You're
Yeah.
just getting coffees. Anyone want to flow? Oh yeah, latte.
We take the piss because we're a bit out of place the first week or two because we'd never actually worked in the city before with our.
Just never worked at all, I reckon.
Never worked in the city before, so we're a bit out of a place. And then it only took us 2 weeks to really feel like we owned the St. George's Terrace. No, but what we are doing is it's actually quite, it's actually cool. We're doing, working on their values charter. So it's a bit like our footy trademark
Yeah.
at the club.
Yeah,
We're
makes
working on Hawaiian's values charter, which is good because rather than, we feel like we actually have a bit of input. We get to spend a lot of times in all sorts of departments and stuff like that. So it's interesting.
Well done, mate.
There's a lot of coffees in between.
Yeah, I can imagine. From Rowdy Pepper. Is it true?
That's Peeper. That's why I loved that.
Rowdy Pepper.
Yeah.
Is
Do you
it
know who Rowdy Piper is?
No. Is that?
He's an old school wrestler.
Okay.
A heel. Do you know what a heel is?
No.
Like the bad guy. He was like a great bad guy wrestler. Rowdy Piper. Grow up.
There we go.
No idea what
Rowdy
you're talking about.
Pepper. Is it true Dom swims in the nude every morning at home?
Yes, I do.
I don't know how they know this.
I don't know how people know this.
Everyone knows
this
this,
is
eh?
weird. What do I do every morning? So
pretty cold at the moment.
I moved into my new house. I bought a house 5 years ago, and haven't missed a day of jumping in the pool first thing in the morning since. The only
Never.
days I missed was when I actually had a shoulder
Surgery, yeah.
reconstruction. Other than that, my syndesmosis when I was in a boot. But I've jumped in the pool every single day since I moved in, which is I feel like it's just good routine. It puts me in a good headspace for the day and builds, if you can do that, you can do anything that day.
And I tell you what, we did a group recovery day at Dom's house recently.
You can tell me how cold this pool is?
That pool is colder than the ice bath we have
Freezing.
here. Like, it is freezing.
Are you ducking in and out, or are you staying in there?
I'm trying to stay in for a bit, but just try to build up my tolerance. But yeah, no, it gets me going for the day. It really does. So
Mate, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But put some jocks on, I reckon.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's my backyard. I'm comfortable.
Fair enough. Well, it's clearly one of your neighbours has written in. Follow the evidence. How has this season been on you personally and your teammates with all the injuries as well as the on-field results? How you going mentally, Dommy? I think that's meant to say.
It's tough. I guess you just got to. There's a lot of ups and downs in footy, and arguably everyone in their career will have more downs than ups. Unless you're a Joel Selwood or, Trent Codgen, there's a lot of downs in footy. So I guess if you can just always just try work on your deficiencies and get better, I think we're going to be okay for the long term. We've got a plan going ahead, but, things are never as good as they seem and never as bad as they seem. So if you stick with that, then I think we'll be all right.
Sweet.
Yeah, but it can get tough because all you want to do is win games of footy with your mates.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, Ned Flanderino. How's the squash court going at home? Which players do you towel up on the home deck?
The squash court at home?
Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
Nah, so that big wall.
Which has the nice over... Yeah.
So that's a squash court on the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a back of a squash court wall.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's also, that's strange how... What was the question?
How's the squash court going?
Yeah.
Are you playing anyone?
I play squash a lot in the off season because I feel it helps me. Yeah.
Well, off topic. You were a gun tennis player growing up.
Correct? Yeah. I tennis racket was the first thing put in my hand as a kid, so
cool.
I feel as though the hand-eye coordination with the racket come good, and I like playing squash a lot in the off season because you only need to play for half an hour, 45 minutes, and you are wrecked. And I feel like it gets me on my toes and reacting very quickly, like you would in a stoppage, say.
I like it.
You played any squash before?
No.
But
lot of fun.
It's so much fun, man.
Really?
Like honestly, it's harder than an off season. Like off season running sessions are hard, but playing squash for half an hour, mate, I'm telling you, you are done.
There's a squash professional, like one of the best WA players of all time, but he's mid-70s now. He works on broadcasts. He's a sound dude, good fella, and he's like, "Oh, Thumper, do you like to play?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." He goes, "Mate, I'll play you." I was like, and this is while I was in peak fitness.
And he's an old dude.
He's so old. I was like, mate, no dramas. Name your time and place. And he did it. And we'd play one set, I reckon, to 21. I am haunched over, sucking in deep ones. And he's just not breathing.
Mate,
he's just chilled.
Seriously.
So when you know where to put, he just knew how to work me around the court. He was just like that corner, and I'm just going back, forth. All I'm doing is trying to get it back well. And if you know how to play it, you don't need to run much.
Yeah, you don't need to run much. That's the key.
So I'm a bit of a novice, right? There's two lines, correct?
Yeah.
Top line serve and the second line's you got to hit it above for the rally. Is this correct?
Yeah.
And who do you play from the football club, or is it just mates away?
Well, I went out with Cripper in the off season. I played
Cripper plays squash.
No, I went and played with him once, and he loved it. We just didn't get around to playing again. I played with Coley sort of pre-ankle though.
I can see
his
that.
ankle's not that good. I play with my brother. I play against my brother a lot, and a few of my mates. We have a little squash crew, but it's good fun. I tried getting a few of the boys in the off season, but the squash is also one of those games where you need to play somebody who is actually half decent, or you get nothing out of it.
Yeah, good point.
You know.
I've got two questions to finish. One's from Ali Edmington 11. Do you wish you did anything differently when you started your career at the club, whether it be diet, training methods, be friends with better blokes?
Yeah, I do. I wish I was probably... I don't know, I guess I learnt the hard way with being a professional. It probably took me a few years, diet, sleep, training. Probably took me a few years to actually nail that. So that's probably the only thing to be honest.
Is that what you tell 18-year-olds if they were to ask for advice around the traps?
Yeah, yep, I'd say that. And, I wish I upskilled my game knowledge at a younger age as well. Yeah.
By watching more footy or more
probably
having extra meetings with line coaches?
Watching more footy and, seeking out senior players more and coaches more.
Yep.
But other than that, so nothing major.
So, unless you've got one, I was going to have one to
Do you have
finish.
one?
You go one finish.
All right, well, it's a three-parter, and Mickey MC1, you've asked something. I'm not going to ask it verbatim what you've asked, but I'm going to morph it a little bit. So, to finish, your grand final goal.
Sorry, I do have a question. Are you sick of people bringing that up? Obviously you enjoy it. It's a good moment, but
Mate, he's on the tours. He's on tours doing it.
Yeah, look, I like the fact that I was able to bring a lot of happiness to other people. Like when people sort of come up and talk to you about it, like, oh, I was at this bar in Bali, or I like hearing those stories about where people were and stuff like that.
Good point.
So.
Imagine you down at the farmer's market going, come gather, mate. I'll tell you how it all went down.
Yeah, but I also can understand there's more to Dom Sheed than one moment. Then
Dommy needs to stop doing sportsman's nights where he's talking about it every couple of weeks.
Yeah, but do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but if that's all people were saying, it's like, I've done other things, mate.
This is why I'm changing. And Mickey's asked this along the line. So if it wasn't you taking the kick, who would you have wanted to be for accuracy point? I'll ask that one first.
Accuracy point from that pocket.
Yep.
I know who I'd say.
Okay.
I've got mine in mind.
Yep. Go on.
Lecker.
You both picking Lecker?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Who would you not want it to have been? Like, who would have had the ball in hands and you go, oh, man, can he do a calf right now and get off?
Scott Lycett.
Yeah.
Scott, I think he actually missed one, didn't he, from the 25-30 yard?
I don't think he did.
Did he kick?
Because Ryan and Masto missed.
Yeah.
Barnes kicked that goal in the last quarter.
I was going to say, because he missed one earlier. Masto had already missed one.
No. Scotty Lycett missed one early in the game, I reckon. It was sort of like 25 out. He took a mark, which was like a surge kick forward.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's going right of screen, I think.
Yeah, about 25
pretty much,
45 degree
and he, just not a ruckman take it.
We'll lock in Boozer for that one. And then the final one, who would you want to have kicked it in order for them to have lapped up the adulation and accolades at this point, to look back on and go, how great would it have been for that dude to have basked in the forever 2018 moment?
Dan Venables.
I was probably going to say that after what we know now.
Yeah, after how his career ended, Dan Venables, and he, that would have been cool for him. He was a first-year player at the time. Good bloke.
That'd be like a 30 for 30 if he did that.
Who did you want? Who would have you?
Oh, mate, it's hard because obviously it'd be a great way if I reckon if JK had done it, I reckon he would have retired.
Yeah, great way to go out.
I reckon he would be like, this is. But I'd also think imagine if Tommy Cole snuck forward and kicked the winning goal.
Just some defender that you want to pick.
Or Hutchie, unheralded career, worked his ass off, and then really, someone like that would be.
But
cool.
that's why I thought a Venice would have been cool, because it was first year he had 2 or 3 touches for the day or 4 touches for the day, and he's popped up real late.
And that would be that'd be a good story.
Nice work. Good on you, Mickey MC, and thank you for coming along, Dom. You never say no to us, and we always appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go and hit a golf ball. It's real hard work to get to single figures, mate. We can't all do it, so I hope you can join me soon on the single digit campaign.
Once I'm single digits, mate, you can take me out and have a round at Carrying Up.
It's a heavy green fee, but I'll get you. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, lads.